The Jack Benny Program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take you back to yesterday, about a half hour before rehearsal time. Jack and I had gone into the corner drugstore to get a bite to eat.
There are a lot of people in here, Don. I hope we can find seats.
Yeah, every table's taken.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack, there are 2 empty stools at the end of the counter.
You take those, Don. I'll wait. Oh, there's some people getting up from that table over there. Let's sit over there.
Okay.
Oh, Don, look. 3 people were at this table, and they ate for only 35 cents.
That's the tip.
In a drugstore? Must be murder in Romanov. Oh, well, what are you going to eat, Don?
I don't know.
Hello, Mr. Benny. Hello, Don.
Oh, hello, Dennis.
Oh, sit down and join us, Dennis.
Oh, thanks.
By the way, kid, what did your parents think of our opening program last Sunday?
Oh, I don't know. They're still out of town.
Out of town?
Yeah, when I got back here from England, there was no one home, just a note from my mother.
A note?
Yeah, it said, Dear Dennis, receive your letter telling us that you are coming home, so your father and I decided to take a short vacation. Don't forget to vote in November. Kind mother. Gee, I don't know what to eat. Hey, what are you fellas ordering?
Nothing yet.
Yeah, the service here is so slow.
Yeah, Jack, they changed all their help here this summer. That blonde over there is the new waitress.
Oh, the blonde, eh? Say, she's cute. Oh, Miss.
What do you want, Mac?
We'd like to order.
Okay, what do you want?
Well, don't you have a menu?
It's written up on that blackboard behind the counter.
Well, I can't see that far.
With those glasses, I thought you could see Catalina.
Never mind. I'll have a lettuce and tomato sandwich and,
A glass of milk.
How'd you know?
I can spot them every time.
What are you going to have, Dennis?
Well, let's see. Oh, Miss, do you have any ice cream?
Yeah,
Pistachio ice cream?
yeah.
Good, I'll have some chicken pot pie a la mode.
What? Dennis, why in the world would you order ice cream on chicken pot pie?
I like cold chicken.
Well, Miss, I know what you're thinking, but if he wants it, give it to him.
Okay, now what about you, Fatso?
Well, I'm on a diet. I'll just have a glass of tomato juice and some rye crisp.
Just rye crisp?
About 10 pounds. And Miss, we're in a hurry.
Okay.
You know, hey, fellas, she may sound a little hard, but there's something attractive about her. I don't know whether it's her blonde hair or that blue tattooing. She is good looking, though.
If you think she's good looking, you ought to see her sister.
Oh, is she good looking, too?
No.
Well, then why did you whistle?
Your garter is showing.
Dennis, stop being silly.
Here's your sandwich, Mac.
Look, Miss, my name isn't Matt. It's Jack Benny.
Jack Benny?
Yes, I'm on the radio.
Oh.
Television, too,
Uh-huh.
I do my first TV show on October 5th. That's 2 weeks from now.
The world is waiting.
Well, thank you. Now, let's eat, fellas, or we'll be late for rehearsal.
Oh, Mr. Benny, would you like to hear the song I'm going to sing on the program Sunday?
In here?
Sure, why not?
Dennis, this isn't a studio. This is a place of business.
So what? Last night you played your violin in a gas station on Ventura Boulevard.
That's different. It was their opening. Fine agent I've got. I thought he was booking me into Texas. It was Texaco. Yeah, I'm glad I got out of that drugstore. Oh, darn it, I left before the check came. It always happens to me. I haven't had dessert in years. Well, here's CBS. When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Harry. Any messages?
Yeah, Bob Crosby's looking for you.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, he's your new orchestra leader, ain't he?
Yes, he's taking Phil Harris's place on my radio program.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he's going to be on your television show, too, ain't he?
Uh-huh.
Hey, your first TV show is October the 5th, ain't it?
Yes, yes.
That's 2 weeks from now.
The world is waiting. See you later, Harry. When you
Jack.
say I beg your...
Jack.
Oh, hello, Bob. The doorman told me you were looking for me. What is it, Bob?
Well, Jack, I'm kind of new on the show, and I don't like to complain, but, well, I just read the script, and, well, do your writers know that I'm your new orchestra leader? I mean, do they know about the change?
So what do you mean?
Well, they got a gag in here where you say to me, hey, when you leave the orchestra, why don't you hold a baton in your hand?
Uh-huh.
And I'm supposed to say, what, and put down my martini?
Well, Bob, that's a funny joke.
Well, maybe so, but that's not my character. That doesn't fit me. I don't drink.
You don't?
No.
Well, couldn't you start? My writers have thousands of drunk jokes. But anyway, Bob, I'll tell them to watch him.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Say, by the way, Jack, I wonder, who do I see about getting some tickets to the broadcast?
Oh, my producer will take care of you.
Well, that's swell. See, I need a couple because today is my kid Stevie's 6th birthday. I promised him he could come to the broadcast.
Oh, Stevie's 6th birthday, eh? I bet he's excited.
Oh, is he? You're not kidding. Should have seen the presents he got. Mother gave him a bicycle. Brother Larry gave him some roller skates. Everett gave him a football, and Brother Bing gave him a bank to save his money in.
A piggy bank?
No, the Security First National.
God, giving away a bank? I knew Bing was loaded, but I didn't think he had that much.
He's comfortable.
I know.
As a matter of fact, this summer, he heard that you have an underground vault where you keep your money. So he decided to dig one in his own backyard. Boy, what a mess.
Well, what happened?
He struck oil.
Oil? No kidding.
Yep. Last night he opened a gas station on Ventura Boulevard. Had a violinist and everything.
Come in. Oh, Bob. Hi, Jack.
Hello, Mary. What are you laughing at?
I was reading this letter I just got from my mother.
Oh, she gets them all the time, Bob.
So your folks live in Plainfield, don't they, Mary?
Yes, they have a farm there.
Read the letter, Mary. Go ahead.
Okay. My darling daughter, Mary, just a short note to tell you I'm glad the summer's almost over, as it was the hottest one we've had in years.
It's been plenty hot here, too.
Tell Jack that his first program last Sunday came on the air just as I was going out to milk the cows. So I took a portable radio in the barn to listen to it. The milk must have been transcribed, too, as they didn't release it until a later hour.
Have you had enough, Bob?
No, to hear some more. Go ahead, Mary.
Okay. Things have been about the same at home, except that your cousin Sophie is visiting us. And I'm sorry to report that she's still an old maid. We did introduce her to a nice fellow when we thought it would work out. But he must have been a Republican, because he took one look at her and said, "It's time for a change."
That cousin of Sophie yours hands me a laugh.
Speaking of politics, we had our local primary here last week to elect a new mayor, and your Uncle Julius lost again.
This is the 8th time he's lost.
We thought he had a better chance this time because nobody was running against him.
How can that be?
Rather than elect him, they abolished the office.
How do you like that? Now, look, kids, we better get on stage for rehearsal. Oh, Don, is everybody ready?
Yeah, Jack.
Dennis, come on, we're going to rehearse.
Oh, Jack, before we start, there's a gentleman here who's been waiting for you. He wants to talk to you.
Well, Don, I'm busy now. Can't we make
It'll
it?
only take a minute, Mr. Benny.
Well, all right. What can I do for you?
I'm here to do a story about your personal appearance trip in Europe this summer.
Oh, it was nothing.
That's what I told my editor, but he sent me in. I understand that Miss Livingston was with you on this trip, too.
Yes, and Dennis Day also. He appeared with me at the Palladium Theatre.
In London?
Righto, Governor.
Dennis.
Now, where'd you go, Mr. Benny, after you left London?
Well, after leaving London, we went to Dublin, Ireland.
And was Dennis Day there with you?
Sure and be God, it was good to get me feet back on the old sod.
Dennis, please.
Now, after leaving Dublin, where'd you go?
To Glasgow.
Glasgow, Scotland?
Sure and be God, it was good to get me feet back on the old sod.
He stayed in Ireland.
Now, Mr. Benny, there's been so much publicity about your appearance in London. Perhaps we could get a new angle if you told me about your trip to Scotland.
I'll be glad to. Well, as soon as we arrived in Glasgow, we went right to the Central Hotel.
Well, boss, I've got everything unpacked and hung up.
Good, Rochester. You know, I'm glad I have a couple of days off before I open at the theater.
Are you going to change your act now that you're in Scotland?
A little. I'll make it more topical, localize it. The people in Scotland are noted for their thriftiness, so I'll probably do a lot of jokes about being stingy. That's always funny, don't you think? Don't you?
Don't rush me, boss. I have to phrase this very carefully.
Well, I gotta go out pretty soon. I'm going shopping.
Okay, boss. Do you want to wear your brown suit or the blue?
Neither one. I'm gonna wear kilts.
Kills?
Yes, kilts.
But, boss, they'll drive you crazy.
Why?
The pocketbook's on the outside.
I don't care where it is. Anyway, I'm gonna wear them sometime before I leave Scotland. Now, Rochester, have you got the address of the store where Miss Livingston said she'd meet me?
Yes, boss. It's the Bonnie Heather department store. I wrote it down when she phoned. I've got it on the...
Rochester. What's that?
The good humor man.
It is not. Let me take a look. Rochester, look, it's a whole band. And they're stopping right under my window.
Maybe they came to welcome you to Glasgow.
Say, I'll bet that's it.
We welcome Jack Benny, the thrifty man for brother. No other can save like Benny can. We love you, Jack Benny. We hope you enjoy your stay. And with love, Jack Benny, we must be on our way.
Now, Rochester, wasn't that a nice thing for them to do? Thank you, boys. Thanks very, very much. Rochester, Scotland is such a friendly country. Imagine sending a band here to... Answer the phone, would you please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Benny's room, star of stage, screen, radio, television, and would do the Highland fling if he hadn't already flung it.
Rochester.
Hello? Oh, yes, Miss Livingston. He's just ready to leave. I'll tell him. Boss, Miss Livingston is waiting at the department store.
Say, I better get going. I want to buy some gifts. Now, where's that store Miss Livingston said she'd meet me?
It's on the corner of 5th and Fairfield near the 1st of 4th.
I better write that down. 4th and Fairfield near the 1st of 5th.
No. Not 4th and Fairfield. It's 5th.
Oh. Well, what's on 4th?
I don't even know who's on 1st.
Well, I'll find it. Goodbye, Abbott.
So long, Costello.
Goodbye. Now, let's see. The Bonnie Heather department store should be around here someplace. Maybe it's that store across the street. See what the sign says. No, that's Manny, Moe, and McGregor. I wish I could find a cop or someone who knows his way around. Oh, there's a man standing on the corner in plaid kilts and tam o' shanter. He ought to know. Oh, excuse me, sir, but is the Bonnie Heather department store around here? I don't know. Well, we are near the 1st of 4th, aren't we? I don't know. Well, this is 5th Street, isn't it? I didn't know. You're not even a Scotsman. Why are you wearing those kilts? It's ladies' day. It's a ball game. I'll find the store. It ought to be around.
Oh, Jack.
Oh, Mary, I was looking for you. Where's the store?
Right here.
How do you like that? I was standing right next to it. Well, come on, let's go in. So, actually, get something nice for my sister Florence.
Well, they have some beautiful gifts in here.
Hey, this is a nice store.
Yeah. You ought to be able to get something very nice in here for your sister. How much do you want to spend?
Oh, I ought to get her something better than that. Do you think she'd like any of these perfumes?
Well, you can't go wrong on perfume. Oh, here comes the man.
Oh, yes. Oh, pardon me. Are you the clerk?
Aye. May I be of service to you?
Yes. This is quite a nice, broad-brick, moonlit store you've got here.
Jack. For heaven's sake.
What's the matter?
In England, you are dropping your H's, and here you're spraying people.
I'm just trying to be one of the boys. Now, clerk, I'd like to buy some perfume for my sister.
Well, would you like something sophisticated or alluring?
Gee, I don't know.
Well, how old is your sister?
Well, she's 2 years younger than I am.
And how old are you?
39.
39?
Yes.
That one almost started his motor.
Very pleased. Hey, this looks like a nice bottle of perfume. It's such an unusual box, too. Oh, clerk, how much is this one in American money?
$8.
$8.
Aye.
That's not so bad. Tell you what, clerk, I'll give you 4.
I'll take $7.90.
I'll give you 4.10.
$7.75.
$4.80.
$7.10.
I'll give you 5.
Have a chair.
Thank you. Now, where were we?
$7.10.
Oh, yes. I'll give you 5.
I'll take 7.
$5.70.
$6.20.
$5.90.
$6.
$6.10.
$5.80.
Back up, you passed each other.
Oh, yes. I'll tell you what, clerk. Let's make it $6 even.
You're a gentleman and a scholar. It's a deal, sir.
Thank you.
I'll unlock the store and let you out.
Good.
The Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, Al Gordon, Hal Goldman, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks.
The Jack Benny Program. Ladies and gentlemen, on this momentous occasion, we're broadcasting from the magnificent Civic Auditorium in historic city of San Francisco. San Francisco, known the world over for its luxurious buildings, its beautiful Golden Gate, its extensive harbor, its gigantic and impressive bridges.
By the time he gets to me, I won't mean a thing. Now I know how Berkeley feels.
So from this colorful city, we bring you that Yankee Doodle dandy, Jack Benny.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking, and Don, it certainly is thrilling to be here in San Francisco, a city that reminds me so much of Waukegan. Yes, sir.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Jack. I don't blame you for being proud of your hometown, but let's not be ridiculous.
Ridiculous? Are you kidding, Don? Mention one thing that San Francisco has that Waukegan hasn't got.
Well, Waukegan doesn't have the bridges, the Golden Gate, Fisherman's Wharf, paved streets, electric lights, department stores, automobiles, bicycles, trees, and...
I knew if I let you go, you'd hang yourself. We've got bicycles. They may have high front wheels, but we've got them. Nevertheless, I do agree with you, Don. San Francisco is a beautiful city.
Ah, you bet it is, Jack. But a funny thing happened to me this morning when I was walking down Nob Hill.
Walking down Nob Hill?
Yes. When I got halfway down, I stopped to rest, and the traffic cop came over and made me point my toes into the curb.
Well, you can't blame him, Don. If you ever started rolling, you'd flatten everything south of Market Street. You know, when you're out for a stroll, you look like a walking plenary session. You got plenty of plenary there, brother, too. And Don, have you noticed how crowded it is here in San Francisco? It was just fortunate that I made my reservations 8 months ago.
Oh, well, then you were lucky, Jack. Where are you living, at the top of the mark?
No, at the bottom of the Lancashire. But it's really beautiful down there. You can look up and see the bay. You know? Of course, after 5 days, I had to give up my room, and I'm now living at the Claremont Hotel in Berkeley. You know, that's near Oakland.
But, Jack, you come over to San Francisco so often with that toll bridge. Don't you find it rather expensive crossing the bay?
Not at all, Don. It just happens that I brought my bathing suit with me. You know.
Well, Jack, isn't that a little dangerous?
It wasn't until yesterday. The Coast Guard came out after me. They thought I was a German submarine giving
Hello?
myself up. I wouldn't have minded that so much, but they fired a shot across my bow. Fortunately, I was bowing at the time.
Hiya, Jackson. All right, folks, you're all in clover because Harris is here and the
Yes.
wall is over.
Like
Hey, Phil,
what
how you
kind of
enjoying San
strategy?
Francisco? Oh, it's great, John. See, this is really a pretty village, especially at night. When you're looking down at the city from the top of a tall building and all the colored lights are flashing
Show
on
our
and off.
opponents
Gosh,
no
it's beautiful.
mercy. Okay.
Looks just like a pinball machine.
Oh, fine. Comparing San Francisco to a pinball machine.
Sure, Jackson, the whole town is tilted. Tilted? Yeah, Frankie, my guitar player, said
Okay.
it's the first time he's ever been sober in the city.
I accepted it.
Well, I hope the change wasn't too much of a shock to him. By the way, Phil, where are you and Frankie living?
Well, we couldn't find the room, Jackson, so we've been spending all our time up the top of the mark.
Oh, that must be beautiful.
Yeah, what a view. On a clear day, you can see the bar.
I know.
And say, Jackson, you want to hear something cute?
What?
Well, last night, Frankie had a couple of drinks. You know those big turntables they have at the end of the cable car line?
You mean those turntables that revolve the cable cars on?
Yeah, well, Frankie kept watching them all one night. Then finally he walked over to the conductor and said, "Listen, chum, I've been here for 7 hours. When are you going to put on one of Crosby's records?"
Where should we go?
Well, Phil, I can understand Frankie standing there for 7 hours. What were you doing there?
I was waiting for That's What I Like About the
Swamps
South.
and trees and mountains, okay?
Well, Phil, all I can say, well, here comes our little songbird. Hello, Larry.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Wait, I'm gonna mute myself really quick.
Larry, I was looking for you all week to find out what you're going to sing today. Where are you living?
Oh, I'm at the Sir Francis Drake. I have a lovely room overlooking.
A room overlooking what?
I don't know. It hasn't got a window.
Oh. Well, it's so crowded here, they probably stuck you in a broom closet. Go ahead, kid. Let's have your song. Come on, let's have it.
What are you doing? No, the ice cream. What are you making back there? Oh, right there. Rice. Okay. There's someone outside the house shooting. I hope not.
No matter what dawn may bring, no matter what you may say, there's always one little thing that always gives you away. Make me thrill with a thrill so tender. I realize love is ours by the stars.
No mercy. Okay.
Phil, someday I'd like to... Hello, Mary. Someday I'd like to... Wait a minute, you're not Mary.
No, I'm Rita Hayworth.
So do I.
Oh, Rita Hayworth. Well, Rita, this is certainly a surprise. What are you doing here?
Well, Jack, I stopped in to visit Mary at her hotel, and she had a very bad cold.
Oh, yes. I bet I know how she caught that cold. She crossed the bay with me and didn't bring a towel. That's too bad. I know that Mary would have been thrilled to be here. She really would.
Anyway, Jack, Mary asked me to come over here and take her place.
Well, that's awfully sweet of you, Rita, and naturally, I don't expect you to do this for nothing. I suppose Mary told you that I'll pay you the same salary that I'm paying her.
Yes, but I came anyway.
Oh, Rita, you little vixen, you. But no kidding. I'm so glad you're here because, well, I wanted to tell you that I'm awful. In fact,
No, I better not say it.
What is it, Jack? You can tell me.
No, you'll only think I'm a silly kid.
No, I won't, I promise.
Well, okay, I'll confess, Rita, that I, little Jack Benny, have often dreamed about you.
Why, I think that's sweet. Oh, but Jack, when you dreamed about me, did you ever dream that I'd be on your program?
No, I always kept business out of it. Say, Rita, while you're here in San Francisco, where are you staying, in Berkeley or Oakland?
Oh, I have a very nice room right here at the Palace Hotel.
The Palace Hotel? Right here in town?
Yes.
Well, imagine getting a room right... What have you got that I haven't got?
Nothing, but I'm supposed to walk that way.
Got that over with a bang, kid. No.
Well, Miss Hayworth, I want to tell you how much I enjoyed your latest Columbia musical tonight and every night. I thought you were wonderful in it.
Thank you, Don.
Oh, yes, I saw it, too. And by the way, Rita, I have a picture playing here in San Francisco this week. It's called The Horn Blows at Midnight, and it's doing terrific business.
Yes, I know, Jack, but don't you think you're unfair trying to cash in on Bing Crosby's reputation?
Well...
Imagine changing the title from The Horn Blows at Midnight to Blowing My Way.
Well, I know what I'm doing, sister. I'm a businessman, you know.
Well, Jack, if you're such a businessman, why
Just
did you
gonna hide
get the
in here
cable
for a
car coming
second.
out of the fair?
What do you mean, kid?
I saw you on Powell Street.
Huh?
When you thought no one was looking, you walked out in the middle of the street, got down on your knees, stuck your finger in the slot, hooked it around the cable, and let it pull you up the hill for nothing.
Oh, I just did that for a gag. You know, people expect me to be funny.
Hey, Jack, and after the show, I got a little spot and we'll, Hey, who's this happy
Okay,
little
well, I'm gonna
bundle
get
of
out now.
Okay. Rita, I'd like you to meet Whispering Phil Harris.
Hello, Phil.
Oh, brother, all this and a salary, too. This is it. I bet if she ever walked into the conference, she'd be whistled at in 46 different languages. Well, you know, Rita, the minute I seen you, I knew you were my type.
Slow down, Phil. She's married. She's married to Orson Welles.
Who's he?
Rita, you tell him.
Well, my husband is an actor, a writer, a director, a producer, a columnist, and a commentator.
Well, if he's that busy, what am I worried about?
Don't mind him, Rita. He just came with the band. The union says you gotta have one.
He doesn't bother me, Jack. I think I'd better be running along now. See you later.
Wait a minute, Rita. What's your rush? Where are you going?
Well, I've got to hurry over to the Bay Bridge, and there's such a crowd there, I want to get a place close to the rail.
Close to the rail? Why?
Well, I understand every afternoon some eccentric fellow swims across the bay.
Oh, I see. Well, it takes all kinds of people to make a world. Anyway, Rita, thanks very much for coming over. Now, I'm sure Mary appreciates it, too. Goodbye.
So long, Jack.
It was nice of her to come over and leave Orson all by himself. And now... You like that one, Orson? And now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, as an added attraction, we have another surprise for you. A very dear friend of mine who has entertained the boys overseas in both theaters of war and is preparing to go again. The world's greatest harmonica player, Larry Adler.
Wait, is that a fish or is that somebody? I thought it was a fish. When did sharks? I don't know. train. No mercy. Huh? I can use any rocket ammo that y'all have. Just a fishing pole. Kasih makan. Kasih. Yeah.
Rhapsody Americana, played by Larry Adler. Larry, that was wonderful.
Thank you, Jack. You pronounced it so well, too. Jack, we certainly had a lot of fun on those overseas trips, didn't we?
We sure did. And Larry, when you played your harmonica, the boys really went for it.
I know, Jack. And when you played your violin, the boys really went.
Like...
I'd answer that, but I have another important introduction.
Right there.
Who are you going to introduce now, Jack?
Basically,
the governor
like,
of California.
I'm behind the hill.
The governor's here?
Yes.
What have
on
we
like
done
the
now?
other side. Huh?
And now, one of the honored guests here.
No, I jumped
Governor
off.
Earl Warren.
Should I shoot him with my RPG?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Jack.
Can I do
Gosh,
it?
Governor, I'm so excited. You know, this is the first time I've ever had a governor on my program. I don't know how to act. I mean, I don't know what to do.
Oh no, there are two people.
Well, for one
Stop,
thing,
stop.
stand up. You don't have to curtsy.
Oh, I didn't know.
No.
Well, Jack, I just want to tell you how happy we are to
Please,
have you
come
here
get
in
me.
San Francisco
I'm
at
like
this
dying.
time.
I did meet one very important person who really knows what it's all about.
Ah.
In fact, I had lunch with him twice. His name is Mr. Dyer. Edward Dyer.
No. No.
Ray Dias?
Yes. Do you happen to know him?
Well, I should. He's my chauffeur.
3, 1. I'm
He's
dead.
a lovely fellow. Anyway, Governor, it's been a great pleasure to be here in San Francisco, and my cats and I feel highly honored having been asked to appear on this program. Goodbye, Governor. Goodbye, Jack. Oh, my goodness.
What's the matter, Jack?
I meant to ask the governor to come to the big reception I'm giving in my honor tonight. You know, Mayor Lapham is going to be there, too.
Mayor Lapham?
Yeah, he's the one who wears those zoot neckties, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'll get in touch with the
What?
governor later, and I'm sure he'll...
Stop.
There's the phone. I'll get it.
Sorry, my brother's talking. What did you say?
Oh, Mr. Benny, this is Rochester.
I don't know. Let me ask my brother. If he joins the...
Hello, Rochester. What is it?
I wanted to let you know that everything is all set for the reception you're giving tonight.
Well, I hope you explained it was absolutely free.
Uh-huh. And I also explained that you'd have a plate by the door in case they wanted to show their appreciation.
Well, Rochester, that plate is there for calling cards.
It never was before.
Well, I'll talk to you about that later. Will you be home when I get there? Ah! All right. Goodbye.
You've been listening to the Jack Benny Program with Phil Harris, Larry Stevens, Rock...
For all you men and women in the armed forces of the United Nations, a rebroadcast of The Jack Benny Show with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Jack Benny's special guest singer, and Don Wilson.
Gentlemen, as you all know, radio is one of the world's greatest mediums of entertainment. All week long, you are entertained by your radio. On Monday, you hear The Cavalcade of America. On Tuesday, it's Bob Hope. Wednesday, Eddie Cantor. On Thursday, you hear Bing Crosby. Friday, Amos and Andy. On Saturday, Truth or Consequences. And on Sunday, you wait for none other than Jack Benny. Who? On Sunday, you listen to Jack Benny. Look, fat boy, this is a freak. When Sunday comes around, you listen to what you like, and I'll listen to what I like. Oh, yeah! Well, if you had enough, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want your teeth kicked in, you better listen to Jack Benny. Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And fellas, it certainly is great being here at Camp Adair. Yes, sir. It's really... Hey, Mr. Benny, can I go now? Certainly you can go. We don't force anybody to listen to this program. If you want to hear it, we're happy. If you don't want to hear it, it's up to you. Don, untie him. Go ahead. Okay. There you are. You can go now. Take the anchor off my foot, too. Oh, get out of here. Who was that guy, Jack? I don't know. He told me he was a talking horse, so I thought it'd be a novelty on the program. Anyway, Don, now that he's gone, these boys have waited long enough to be entertained. So let's start out with that joke I wrote. Oh, you mean the one about the soldier on leave? Yeah, this'll kill him. I mean, it's made to order for these guys, you know? Oh, really, they'll love it. Okay, here goes. Say, Don, what's the difference between a soldier on leave and a flea on a cat's stomach? I don't know, Jack. What is the difference between a soldier on leave and a flea on a cat's stomach?
One's on furlough, and the other's on low fur. Oh, Benny, if you were any sharper, you'd cut yourself. Great gag, isn't it, Don?
It certainly is, Jack.
Yeah, it's a shame to tell that clever stuff so early in the program. But we might as well start off with a bang. It helps the... Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. Hiya, fellas. Say, Jack.
What?
As I walked in, I saw a fella come out of here, and he looked like he lost an argument with a Sherman tank.
Oh, that was some wise guy, a Mr. Fitch or somebody, interrupted the start of the program. So Don beat him up.
Don beat him up?
Yeah. I thought I'd never get to tell that gag about the furlough and the low fur.
Jack, did you tell that joke here?
Yes, why?
Don beat up the wrong guy.
What are you talking about? When I pulled that gag, these boys screamed at it.
I know, Jack, but when they pull a hair out at the same time, that's not good.
Well, maybe you're right. Anyway, if you want to know something, I was tricked into telling that furlough joke. I didn't even write it.
And where'd you get it?
I have a lend-lease agreement with Fred Allen. Imagine him sending me a lousy gag like that after the gem I sent him.
Jim?
Yeah, listen to this, Don. Here's the one I sent Allen. Allen says to Jimmy Wallington, "Say, Jimmy, why does a corporal have such a tough time in the Army?" And Jimmy says, "I don't know, Fred." Then Allen says, "A corporal has such a tough time in the Army, because he already has 2 stripes against him." Listen to the audience razzing Allen. It serves him right.
Jack, let me get this straight. You told Alan's joke here on the West Coast, and Alan is going to tell your joke on the East Coast?
Yeah, what about it?
I'd hate to be in Kansas City, trapped in the middle.
Mary, if you don't appreciate good comedy, then there's no use of... Come in.
Hello, Mr. Benny. Here I am again.
Look, we untied you, so you... Say, what are you doing in that uniform?
I just enlisted in the Army.
You did?
Yeah, if you're a civilian, I want to be on the other side.
Smart. I bet he won't last in the Army 2 hours.
Well, I hope he isn't the guy that's going to drive us back in that Jeep tonight.
Are we going back in one of those things?
Yeah, why?
Well, that's the way they brought me here. I was sitting in the back seat, and every time we hit a bump, oh, brother.
What do you mean? What do you mean, oh, brother?
Don, for years, the slogan was, the Army travels on its stomach. And then somebody invented the Jeep. Well, if we're going back in the Jeep, I better have Rochester bring my overcoat. I'll call my hotel. He must be in my room packing, doesn't he?
Hello, Hotel Benton.
Operator, this is Jack Benny. Give me my room.
Very well. Shall I wrap it up, or will you in here?
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I used to be a waitress at the Brass Duck.
Oh, well, get me my room at 425.
Yes, sir. I liked working at the Brass Duck, but I got fired for dancing with a customer.
That's too bad. Now, will you please get me my
We
room?
were jitterbugging, and boy, can he jitterbug.
Miss, all I want is my room. Now, will you please get it for me? It's 4...
Bad enough I got fired, but the boss accused me of stealing.
Look, miss.
Was it my fault if my foot got stuck in a cuspidor?
Now, wait a minute. I don't care anything about your job at the Brass Duck. All I want
Hey, you
is...
sound like the guy I danced with. What did you do with my lipstick?
Now, hold on a minute. You got the wrong party.
Oh, well, then I'm sorry I bothered you. Goodbye.
Miss, hello. How do you like that? She hung up. Oh, well, I'll call later. Dark Eyes played by the orchestra. And now, fellas.
Hey, wait a minute, Jackson. Don't give me no brush off. Tell them who's orchestra. What? Well, let me have a little billing. Tell these soldiers here's whose band that is.
Phil, I don't have to tell them. When they see 18 men wearing overalls, no shoes, and fatigued faces, they know whose band it is, believe me.
Well, I don't care about the band. I'm talking about me. You didn't give me no introduction.
Introduction?
Yeah, me, Phil Harris, the kid with $1 million personality.
Huh?
And 175 pounds of glamour.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't introduce you, Phil.
No wonder I got an inferiority complex.
Inferiority complex? You're about as shy as a hand grenade. And not only
Oh, Jack, why don't you leave Phil alone? It isn't his fault that he's better looking than you are.
Who said he was better looking than I am?
I did.
You did? Phil, do you mean to say that you go around telling people you're better looking than me?
No, I don't make no personal issue out of it. I just say I'm better looking than anybody.
Well, now I've heard everything. You know, Phil, you amaze me. You're the only fella I ever met that always talks about himself. Just once in a while, Phil. Once in a while. It's nice to talk about the other fella. Get the idea?
Yeah, I think I do, Jackson, and I think you're right. Come on, let's try it. Now, I meet you on the street and you greet me.
Okay. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Jackson. Did you have a good breakfast this morning?
Yes, Phil, I had a wonderful breakfast this morning.
Well, I'm still better looking than you are.
Well, there's no use explaining anything to you.
Say, Jack.
What?
Forget about Phil. If we're going back in that Jeep, you better try and get Rochester again.
Oh, yes, I wanted to bring my overcoat. Mary, you get the number. I don't want to get in another fight with that telephone operator.
Okay.
Drives me nuts, anyway. Silly thing.
Hotel Benton. Will you get me room 425, please? Yes, ma'am, and you can tell Mr. Benny he's a coward. Here, Jack. She's ringing your room.
Okay, I'll take it.
Hello? Hello, temporary headquarters of Mr. Benny. Star of stage, screen, radio, and television, whether it's listening or looking, he's open for booking.
Rochester, this is Mr. Benny.
Hello, boy.
Now, Rochester, they're taking us back in the Jeep, and I don't want to catch cold. So will you bring my...
But, boss, I saw you put it on when you left this morning.
My coat?
Oh, I thought you wanted your hair.
I wanted my coat. It'll be cold.
Then you better take your hair, too. It's got earmuffs.
Only when I part it in the middle. Now, bring my coat. Now, bring my coat over here right away.
But, boss, I got a date. Besides, you promised me I could have this Sunday off.
Sunday off, Sunday off. Look at these soldiers here. They work every day in the week.
Yeah, but look at the dough they're getting.
They're not getting much more than you are. But if you want our household run on a military basis, it's all right with me.
It's part military now.
Rochester, you're just making that up.
Not the military part. Remember when we were home and you locked me in the guardhouse for 10 days?
Yes? What are you laughing at?
If you didn't have to come in there every morning to wash up, I'd have never got out.
Never mind that and bring my overcoat here right away.
Okay, General. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Tell you, if he wasn't a private, I'd demote him. And now, in keeping with the spirit of the day, the boys have selected one soldier to represent them on our program. And he's going to sing a song for us. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Private First Class Luther Balliet
of the 276th Infantry. What's the number going to be, Luther?
I'm going to sing It's a Lovely Way to Spend an Evening.
Not in Corvallis. It'll go right ahead, anyway. Go right ahead. Spent an evening sung by Private First Class Luther Belliot. And very good, Luther. It was a great pleasure having you with us.
Thank you, Mr. Benny.
And I want to tell you something, Luther. You're in a great outfit and a great branch of the service. A good old infantry. If I was a year or two younger, the infantry is the branch of the service I'd like to be in. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah? Tell them what happened when they let you go marching yesterday. Well...
Go on, Jack. Tell Luther.
Oh, Mary, he's not interested.
Well, then I'll tell him.
Mary, will you please...
Listen, Luther, Jack wanted to show how rugged he was, so he asked the sergeant if he could march with the soldiers.
Mary, now will you please...
We all went along because we wanted to see how Jack could take it. We were out for about a half an hour.
Nothing like a good hike.
Yeah, we must have gone about 6 miles, and I don't even feel tired. How about you, Jack?
Oh, I feel fine, except that my shoes are beginning to bother me.
Really?
Yeah. I wonder where I left them.
Why, Jack, I didn't even notice you weren't wearing shoes. When did you take them off?
When this archer's bell and sent out an SOS.
I didn't take my shoes off. They just dropped behind. Here they come now. Oh. Here. Help me out with them, Rochester.
Okay. Hey, you. Benny.
Yes, sir?
Why don't you keep up with the company? This is the third time we've had to come back for you.
Well, I'm sorry, but I I got a little tired.
Well, it's your own fault. You shouldn't have tried to march with these young men.
Wait a minute. Are you insinuating that I'm old?
That's what he said. That's what the man said. He said that.
Rochester, stop helping him.
All right, let's get going. All right.
Sit down.
Okay.
Here's the place. Ah. Oh, boy, this feels good.
All right, everybody. Up on your feet, man.
What?
All right.
Forward hat. Now, wait a minute. Give me a chance to get my breath, will you?
I'll run ahead and stop them.
Oh, let him go. We can find our way back to camp.
Oh, Jack, let's not turn back. This is fun.
Fun?
Certainly, Jack. We ought to keep hiking a little more. Walking is good for the figure.
It is not good for the figure.
It is, too.
Oh, yeah? Well, there are 10 million soldiers in the American Army who go out on 20-mile hikes every week, and not one of them looks like Lana Turner. There. Now, let's get back, will you? Come on, follow me, will you, fellas?
We should have stuck with the soldiers, Jack. Now we're lost.
Yeah, I wonder where that trail is. We're either in the jungle or in the middle of Corvallis here. Let's try this direction. That ought to take us somewhere.
Roll them out, brother. You're faded.
Rochester! Rochester, get up. That's a rattlesnake. Rochester, I told you that's a rattlesnake.
So what? His money's as good as anybody.
Stop acting so silly. It'll be dark soon, and we won't be...
look, Jack. There's a soldier over there in that clearing.
Oh, yeah. Hey, soldier! Soldier!
Yes, sir?
How do we get to Camp Adair?
Just take that trail to the left.
Thanks. Come on, gang.
Hey, everybody, come over here and take a look at this sign.
Sign? What does it say?
I don't know, but I think it's in English.
Here it is. It says infiltration course. What does that mean?
Huh?
What does that mean, Jack?
I don't know. I guess it's Army talk for shortcut. Let's go through it. Follow me, kid. Follow me.
Hey, those are bullets.
Yeah, are we being shot at?
I don't know, boss. Let's fly down until we talk it over.
I wonder who... Down, everybody, down! Flat on your stomach! Wilson, lie down!
I am lying down!
Well, then stand up. You make less of a target. Say, this must be the course where they train the soldiers with live ammunition. Rochester, stand up and see where they're firing from.
I ain't that curious!
Those soldiers don't know we're here. I'll stand up and let them see me.
They saw you. I better stand up and let them see me.
They see you. They see you, Mary. Hey, look, they're waving at us. Hey, there go the soldiers we started out with. They're on their way back to camp. Come on, let's join them. Come on, gang. Follow me.
The Jack Benny Show is rebroadcast especially for you soldiers, sailors, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen of the United Nations. Now we turn the remainder of the program over to the Benny Bandmaster, Phil Harris. Music, Phil.
G.I. Jive, man alive. It starts with the bugler blowing reveille over your bed when you arrive. Jack, that's the G.I. Jive. Roodly-toot, jump in your suit, make a salute. Food, then you wash and dress, more or less. You go get your breakfast at a beautiful little cafe they call the Med. Jack, when you convalesce, out of your seat, into the street, make with the feet, reach. Now, if you're a PFC, your duty is to salute L-I-E-U-T. But if you brush the L-I-E-U-T, the MP makes you gapey on the duty. This is the G.I. Jive, man alive. They give you a private tank that features a little device called fluid drive. Jack, after you revive, chunk all your junk back in your trunk, fall on your bunk, a clunk. Jive, man alive. They give you a private tank that features a little device called fluid drive. Jack, if you survive, chunk all your junk back in your trunk, fall on your bunk, clunk. Soon you're counting Jeeps, but before you count to 5, you'll be right back digging that G.I. Jive.
is the Armed Forces Radio Service.
Jack Benny with Frank Black and his orchestra. The orchestra opens the program with Where's That Rainbow from Peggy Ann. And now for that man of mirth, humor, jokes, Rochester, Buffalo, Cleveland, and all points west, Mr. Jack Benny on track 5.
Thank you. Hello again. That was the Lois Havrilla folk who has me mixed up with the 20th century. I don't know, we're all goofy up here. You know, he's supposed to introduce me as Jack Benny, that big-hearted gentleman, but I guess he forgot his lines, you know.
I know what I'm doing.
Well, anyway, we got a scoop for you tonight, real hot news. Let us be the first program to announce that today is Easter Sunday. Yes, sir.